What's up, YouTube? Today, we are going to focus on five main questions you should ask yourself when thinking about getting into business or when thinking about should you take that step to manage your finances correctly. And so, let's get into it. The first question you should be asking yourself is, why should I care about accounting? And in business, I have three T's. And my three T's that every business should be caring about is number one, transactions. Businesses don't exist without transactions, right? If you are not selling a service or a product, if you're not tracking your expenses, then you are not making any money or you are paying too much in taxes, right? And so transactions, number one. Number two, tracking. When you say I'm getting into business, you are making a commitment to focus on everything that happens in that business. You are going to have to focus on your sales. You're going to have to focus on your marketing. You're going to have to focus on your accounting and your systems and your processes, right? And so tracking is something that's going to be very important, because if you don't track, you're not going to be able to dictate if you're doing better or not, right? And the third and last T is transparency. When we think about the IRS, we think about how they're on working on behalf of the government, right? How they're here to try to take a lot of our money and things like that. But what I would argue is the IRS is there to hold you accountable to transparency. And how I like to framework the taxes argument is taxes are the reward for playing the game. Okay. Nobody who doesn't make money gets charged tax, right? Tax is really opposed to people who are making money, and it's just to keep the game going. And I'll hear a lot of people say, this country was founded on us going crazy over 1% T tax. Well, this is true, but that tax was paid to a whole nother country, right? That tax was going to somewhere else. It wasn't investing in us. It was different. That was worth fighting, right? This tax is going to our home, our community. Our government uses this money to do better things in our community, right? And so that's how we should be thinking about tax. And don't worry about, that you have to pay it. The goal is to play the game correctly and try to minimize it, right? And so three T's are why you should care about accounting, because then you don't have to focus on it. Your accountant or your software is going to help you do that. The second question you should be asking yourself, can managing my finances be simple? And I want to tell you something. It absolutely can be simple. What it's not going to be is it's not going to be easy, but it's also not going to be hard, right? It's a simple step process to laying out the information you need to know and the steps that need to happen to get there. So you do not have to be the person to do the steps. You can hire a bookkeeper, you can hire an accountant. If you're a bigger company, you can get a CFO. And there are different people who can help manage these processes and just give you the information. But this can absolutely be simple because we live in a world of technology. We live in a world of AI, and that makes everything simpler for us if we understand the process. And so, yes, I believe managing your finances in 2024 is a very simple process. You just need to be walked through it the first time, right? Just like anything. The number three question, can I do it? And so my first question to you on this one would be, did you pass the third grade? Right. And why is that my barometer for can you do it? Well, it's because, I don't know if anybody ever told you, but accounting is just simple math. It is simple addition, subtraction, and in some rare cases, it can be multiplication and division. But for the most part, you're going to see a lot of addition and subtraction when you're doing your accounting, when you're doing your tracking. And these are things that we all learn by third grade. And so you don't have to be an accounting major. You don't need to be a math wizard, but you do need to be willing to understand simple addition and subtraction, multiplication and division. And when you say I'm a business owner, I'm getting into business, these are some of the things that you're committing to doing, right? And so I absolutely believe anybody who has the desire to start a business can absolutely do this. Our next question, will this help me save more time, money, and impact? Okay, so absolutely. When we talk about account, it's about tracking, right? When you're able to track, you're able to make better informed and faster decisions. And this is business, right? And so it starts with learning how to maximize your money. right? How do you make money? Do you sell a lot of products? Do you sell a lot of service? Are you an hourly worker? Do you have to give a lot of your time? You just have to reevaluate. And I put it in this order because this is the order I believe people should focus on their finances in, or focus on their goals in, right? You want to focus on money because that's going to free up your time and allow you to execute some of the ideas that you have, right? The next is your free time. Once you're making a bunch of money and you can see it piling up, you kind of want the freedom to do the things you want to do with that money, right? Whether that's travel, whether that's help loved ones buy a home, whatever that case may be. You want the time to execute those things. And then after you make the money and then you have some free time, what gives you purpose in life is creating an impact, right? Having legacy, being able to do something for you, your family, or your community that's going to last beyond your lifetime, right? And so number 4 is a very important question, because I think sometimes when we do business, we don't think about why, and sometimes we're not thinking about ourselves when we think about that why. A lot of our whys is for other people, and you got to be doing stuff for yourself. Don't get me wrong. I have a charity. I was a foster parent for 5.5 years. I believe it's very important to help your community and do things. But as strongly as I believe that, I believe it's important for you to do things for yourself. So you have to know what goals move the needle for you to keep you going, even if other people can't, right? And the last question we should be asking ourselves: what will be my payoff, right? And we're kind of going in to what I just said. You got to think about you. You have to think about, when you make moves, when you do things, what will be your payoff? And so when we talk about accounting, what will my payoff be? Well, I can tell you something. We're going to put you in the numbers of successful. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean 81% of businesses that go out of business because of cash flow issues. And accounting directly shows you your cash flow so you can track it, so you can make changes when you see negative things arising. There are so many payoffs in your business to tracking your finances, but you have to make the decision that it's important. You have to make the decision that, yes, I have to do a website. Yes, I have to pay for ads and market my service, but I also have to have a money plan. I need to know where my money's going, what it's doing, and how it's going to help me, not just in the short term, but also to my long-term goals. And so today, I hope 5 questions help you in the future. And I hope that you're able to share these with other people. And understanding business, you're going to have to ask multiple questions like this in multiple sections of your business. When you start hiring, why is hiring people important? Can it be simple? Can you do it, right? What's the payoff for it? And these primary questions are going to help you make so much better decisions in your business moving forward. And so with that said, never forget, if you ain't tracking, you ain't trying. Until next time, guys.